Move through a practice today that is centered around binds. And a bind is when one part of the body holds another, or when two parts of the body are intertwined. And binds serve a couple of purposes. In some cases, they help the body get deeper into the pose. Sometimes it helps us hold for a longer period of time. You can also use binds to work into tightness or to like deepen the benefit of the posture. So from our child's pose, let's just walk both palms over to the right. Right palm on the bottom, left palm on the top, and rest your forehead. I think everyone in this class has been in my yoga class before, and you guys all know that most important thing is to do what feels good. Don't go against your intuition just because I invite you to take a posture. If that doesn't seem right for you, then don't do it. Take one more breath. And then walk your hands all the way to the opposite side. Left hand grounds, right palm places on top, and then rest your forehead. Walk both palms all the way back. And we're just gonna roll up through seated. We're gonna come all the way onto our sits bones. So just roll over, land the feet, and roll all the way back onto the mat. Oh my God, princess, stop. Taking that from you. You're gonna cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh and flex your right toes. And maybe you just stay right here. Maybe you lift your left leg off and interlace the palms like over on the left thigh or maybe on the left shin. And so this is a bind. We might not think of it, but it is. Seems small, but what our hands interlaced are doing is helping us pull a little deeper into the shape, helping us tap into that tightness. Release. Take one more breath. And then let's just release the left foot. Release the right foot. And then cross the opposite way. So left ankle crosses on top of right thigh. Flex the toes. Lift the right foot off and interlace the palms somewhere on the right thigh or the right shin. So the focal point for our body today is going to be hip openers. We've kind of been progressively moving through the chakras. So starting on day 1 of the week with root chakra or balancing, and then today's day 2. So it's the second chakra, which is like our sacrum and our hips. Take one more breath. And then we'll just release that. Place the palms on the backs of the thighs and give a little rock and roll over through a tabletop. And we're gonna come all the way up into our first downward dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back and lengthen through the spine. And then rock your feet from side to side. I think the hips is like a great area of focus. For me particularly today, because I had kind of an emotional afternoon, and the hips is like our storage place for all of our emotions. When we do classes that are hip centered, we kind of release some of that, the weight we're carrying. Now I'm going to invite you, if you want to try a little bit of a twist and a little bit of a bind, it's just an option. Shorten your stance with your down dog a little bit shorter than normal. Take your right palm and see if you can thread it under and wrap around your left ankle. Okay, so this is like a kind of bound, twisted down dog. If it's too much for your left hand that's supporting you, then just don't bother. And if you want to switch to the opposite side, go ahead, twisting the opposite way. It can be like a nice deep stretch for your back calf. And then take the left palm all the way back. Take a breath in, a breath out. Bend through the knees, gaze forward, and then just step your feet up to meet your hands. Take an inhale to halfway lift. Take an exhale to fold. And then as you inhale, roll all the way up to stand. You're gonna circle your palms up overhead. Interlace your palms, releasing index finger and thumb. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, hinge over to the right. So this is a lateral side bend for your left side. It's also a bind with your hands. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale opposite way. Let's take one more of each breath in. Breath out. And then breath in. And then breath out. Come all the way back up. Take your breath in. Release your palms. Now interlace your palms behind your back body. Okay, with a breath in, lengthen through the spine. And then with an exhale, bend the knees and hinge forward. Your palms reach behind you and your head dangles. Let's take one more breath. And then just release that tightened grip, hands back on the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold, plant the palms. We're gonna step back to our first strong plank, push the ground away, navel is drawing in, supporting yourself here, giving it for a strong 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, land the knees. Slowly lower all the way down. Now we're gonna do an interesting shoulder stretch here. What do I call this? I call it twist on earth wing stretch. I don't know what the name is of this pose. I call it twist on earth wing stretch. So your right arm is going to reach all the way out on the ground in front of you. You're gonna place your left palm bent on the mat and then just start rolling onto the right hip and the right shoulder. And your left foot is gonna come behind you. I hope you guys can see me. So this is like a deep stretch for the inside of like the shoulder blade. Take one more breath. And then let's roll all the way over. And then extend the left arm, place the right palm, and then do the opposite. So lifting all the way up. And maybe you're like just right here and that's plenty. Maybe you're a little deeper. Take one more breath. And then come all the way back through center. One more thing, interlace your palms behind your back body and then breathe in, lift everything up. Try to keep your gaze low. So this is a back bend. This is a variation of locust. If it's easier for you to have your arms unattached and not bound, go ahead. If the bind is working for you, stick with it. Take deep breaths, inhale, and then exhale. One more inhale. And then just exhale to lower down, plant the palms, come all the way up through a table and find your down dog. Let's take the right leg up towards the sky, inhale. Draw your right knee in, step your right foot between the palms. Take an inhale, lift all the way up into a high lunge. And then let's just bend the left knee and lower, and then inhale, lift. So we're just kind of like bouncing a little bit here, lower, and then lift. 2 more, then lift. Last one, hover for 3, hover for 2, and then on 1, you're gonna land the knee, and then just come forward a little bit, create some space. Now you're in a low lunge. If you have sensitive kneecaps, you can place a cushion underneath the knee. I think I saw Rebecca just join in. Cool. If you want to interlace the palms behind the sacrum, we're going to take another back bending bind just like this. So draw your rib cage in. They have this tendency to like flare out. See if you can draw them in and just do a little bit of a micro back bend. And then we'll take one more breath. And then reach both palms up towards the sky, inhale. And then exhale, fold forward. One last thing, leave your left palm where it is, take your right palm up towards the sky, twist. And then if you want to bend through the back knee and find a bind with your right palm on your left foot, go ahead. This is a really deep quad stretch. You might also be here or here, wherever you're at is okay. Take one more breath. And then let's release the right palm. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Find yourself in a plank. And then if you want to flow through a vinyasa, go ahead. Lowering down. Coming into your back bend. And then shifting back to your down dog. Let's take that warm-up flow opposite side. So left leg lifts all the way up. Draw your left knee in. Step your left foot between your palms. Find yourself come up all the way to balance. And then we'll do that same move on the opposite side. So bending the knee, hovering, and then lifting it back up. Bending and hovering, and then lifting back up. 2 more times. And then on the last one, you land the knee. You come all the way down. Interlace the palms. Find your bind. Lift through your heart. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. And then on 1, taking both palms up, inhale, and then exhale to take it forward. Now your right palm can stay where it is. Left palm spirals up towards the sky, and maybe you're good here, either coming onto the sacrum or getting deep into that quad stretch. Listen to your intuition. Just kind of feel whatever comes up. Take one more breath. And then we'll release. Land the left palm, tuck the back toes, step the left foot back to meet the right, finding your strong plank. Let's hold here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1, take your vinyasa. And then we'll come all the way up into your down dog. Take an inhale, take an exhale, bend through the knees, gaze forward, step the feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend through the knees, finding your Utkatasana, your chair. So from your chair, we're gonna come straight into a twist. So inhaling, palms up, exhaling, palms into heart center. Breathe in, lift at the elbows, and then exhale, twist right elbow on left knee. Make sure that the knees are in line. Right knee isn't shifting forward. And then come all the way back and twist the opposite way. Left elbow, gaze over the shoulder, give it 3, give it 2, and then give it 1. Come all the way, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, make your way back. Flow through a vinyasa, maybe knees are lowered. Coming all the way down to the mat, inhaling up, exhaling lower. And then shift through a table, back up to down dog. Right leg will lift up towards the sky, and this time you're gonna bend through the right knee and stack the hips. Okay, so right toes are going over to the left, right knee is lifting. You're pressing firmly through both palms. And then unwind, draw the right knee in, step the right foot between the palms. Now this time we're gonna land onto the left heel. Take your right palm to the inside of the right foot. Take the left palm all the way up towards the sky. So you are in your extended side angle right now with your right palm on the mat. And we are gonna play with taking a half bind. So keeping your left palm lifted right now, you're gonna bend at the left elbow and just wrap the left arm around the back body so the left palm is kind of connecting near the right hip. Okay, stay for 3, stay for 2, and then on 1, keeping that weird little bind, come all the way up into a warrior 2. So your left arm is wrapped behind you, right palm is reaching forward. It's like a weird variation, okay? Lengthen through your right leg, inhale. And then exhale, hinge forward. Take your right arm alongside your right leg. So what this bind is doing for us is it's helped keeping our collarbone expanded, and it's helped keeping our body like lifted upright as opposed to like curling inward, which is often our tendency in this pose. Okay, let's give it one more breath. And then bend through the right knee. Just unwind everything. Reverse your warrior. Breathe into the right rib cage. And then exhale, come all the way up. Plant your palms onto the mat. Okay, left palm is gonna stay rooted. Right palm is gonna spiral upward. You're gonna roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Wiggle your right foot back. And then maybe you're good here. Maybe you're stepping the right foot back, hovering, lifting. This is your Vashisthasana. That is just a fancy word for side plank. Take one more breath. And then we're all gonna congregate all the way back in down dog. So whether you shift straight back, whether you take a sip of water, whether you go into child pose, choose your own journey. And then let's meet on the opposite side. Okay, so left leg lifts up towards the sky. Bend through the left knee, stack the hips, open, and then unwind. Draw your left knee in, step your left foot between the palms, land onto the right heel. Left palm to the inside of the left foot, right arm reaches up towards the sky, and then find that half bind. Okay, so your right arm wraps around you, and then you hook the fingertips, opening up through the collarbone, opening up through the chest. Press through the feet, come all the way up into this weird bound warrior two thing. Just find your drishti point and your gaze over the left fingertips. And then lengthen through your left leg, inhale, hinge forward, take your left arm alongside your left leg. So you should be feeling a deep stretch through the left calf, an opening and expansion through the collarbone, the chest. Stay for one more breath. And then bend through the left knee. Come all the way up. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And then exhale, windmill. Palms to the mat, frame the foot. Get strong and supportive in your right palm as you roll onto the outer edge of the right foot and step the left foot back. You find your variation of this shape. Give it 3, give it 2, and then give it 1. Come forward, and then move through that vinyasa. Come up to your down dog. And let's just bend the knees, land the knees on the mat, and then sit the hips back on the heels and take rest in your child's pose. Let your deep inhales and exhales tap into the parasympathetic nervous system and tell yourself that you're okay. And whatever feelings are coming up for you through this practice, just like experience them. If you're having a crappy day like me, just to remind yourself that every day is not going to be like this. It will be better. And let's give one more breath into our child's pose. And then we're gonna come all the way up into a tabletop. Keep your left knee where it is. Lengthen your right leg behind you. Maybe you tuck your toes, maybe untuck them. See like what's better for you on the left foot. And then we're gonna lift the opposite arms to the left arm. Take an inhale, and then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. And then exhale, curl. Just 2 more of these, breath in, and then breath out. 1 more, take a breath in, breath out, and then inhale, extend everything. Bend through your right knee, lift your right foot up towards the sky. So you're gonna reach the left arm back, and you might just be good right here. Maybe the palm can come onto the ankle. So this is a bind. This is a variation of a back bend. If your balance is off, don't judge yourself for it. If you can't grip the foot, it's okay. Doesn't mean that you're bad at yoga. Take one more breath. And then land the palm and land the foot. And let's rinse it out with a cat-cow. So inhaling into your cow, exhaling into your cat, and then realign the spine and move the opposite way. Left leg extends, right leg lifts, navel draws in, find your balance, take your breath in, lengthen, and then exhale to curl and connect. Flow through it 3 more times. Let your breathing become a moving meditation. And then one more. Inhale, lift up, bend through the left knee. Maybe you take the right palm and interlace on the left ankle. Stay for 3, stay for 2. And then on 1, release. Land the right palm and land the left knee. Breath into your cow, breath out to your cat. Take neutral. Tuck your toes all the way up to your down dog. All right, so we are going to move through a back bending and core plank sequence. I think all of you guys have done this with me because you've all been in my vinyasa before. Please know that if it's too much core for the moment, you can be down on your table. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we did this version first. You can come back to this version, okay? If you're up in your down dog, we are going to take the right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged, bend through the right knee and stack the hips, open up, ripple forward into the plank, and then maybe you flip your dog coming into your wild thing. So you're on the outer edge of the left foot, you're on the right toes, and then come all the way back to your 3-legged dog. Keep your right leg extended, take your breath in, draw your right knee to tap your right elbow, stay for 3, 2, 1, cross to the left, 3, 2, 1, cross to the right, 3, 2, 1, cross to the left, 3, 2, and 1. Then maybe you extend the right heel out, land onto the left heel, and lift up towards the sky, so this falling triangle. Okay, let's come all the way back, and then take a big step with your left foot, or sorry, right foot in between your hands. Take your right palm to the inside of the right foot, land onto the left heel, lift the left arm up towards the sky. So we did our half bind last time, weaving the arm around. You can stay in a half bind, okay? If you want to explore the full bind, you are going to bend at the right elbow so your left shoulder lowers, 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 lowers. And maybe you're low enough that you can wrap your arm under, okay? If you are having trouble getting there, it means your lunge needs to be longer, or maybe your shoulders are tight, or maybe you just don't feel like it today, okay? But if you're maybe in the bind, stay in that connection and let that connection bring you deeper into the shape, and take 3 full breaths. And then we're gonna unwind, come all the way up to your warrior 2, half bind, lengthen through your right leg, wiggle your left foot in, take an inhale, and then exhale forward, right arm alongside, right calf, opening up into the Trikonasana. Now know that if this bind is not like suiting you today, if you don't like it, you can always take your normal Trikonasana, okay? I'm just kind of giving you a different variation of practicing the same pose, because sometimes it can kind of change our experience, change our perspective. Okay, now next variation. If you want to, you might shift weight onto the right foot and the right fingertips and lift your left leg and take a bound half moon, a bound Ardha Chandrasana. Stay for 1 more inhale, 1 more exhale. Then bend through your right knee, step the left toes all the way back on the mat, Unwind and inhale both palms up towards the sky. We're gonna take our palms into our heart center now. Take an inhale, twist. Exhale, land the left elbow on the right knee. Okay, now we're gonna do a funky transition. You're going to trust weight onto your right foot. See if you can slowly step the left foot forward and then bend through both knees, finding yourself into your twisted chair. You got it. Okay, take one more breath in this twist. And then unwind back to center. Let's press through the feet, come all the way up to stand. Place your palms onto your hips. And then take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Another deep breath in. Another deep breath out. Let go of all that kind of chaos. Receive a bit of calm. Keep your left foot where it is. Let's take the right knee up towards the chest. And you have a few options. You can stay right here. You can maybe interlace your palms on the shin. If you have hamstring flexibility, and this is something that you want to do, a third option is to take your big toe pose. So you're gonna take your peace fingers, curl them around your right big toe, and then extend your right leg out in front of you. This is a bind, our fingertips around our toe. Or even if your palms are interlaced on the shin, you're also in a bind, right? All right, we are gonna take it into a twist. So if you have the knee bent, you're just gonna take the left arm around the right knee and take your right arm behind you. And if you have the leg extended, you're gonna take hold of the sole of foot and reach it all the way in front of you. 3, 2, nice, and then 1. Let's just step all the way back. Take an inhale with both palms up, and then exhale your palms into heart center. Let's almost imagine this is like your rebound pose in yin. And you're just kind of feeling like we've just done a bunch of asymmetrical movements on one side. So see if you can notice anything different from your right side to your left. Even if it's like super subtle and small, just feel it. And we'll flow. Inhale, lift your palms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale your halfway lift. Exhale, lower back down, plant the palms, step your feet back. Maybe move through a flow. Coming all the way back to down dog. And then we will take the opposite side. So left leg lifts up, bend through the left knee, stack your hips. Maybe you flip your dog. Stay for 3 and 2, and then 1. Come all the way back, knee into the chest. Give 4 crosses. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe you step your left foot wide on the mat. Lift your right leg up, finding yourself into this fallen triangle. And then land your right palm, and then take a big step with your left foot. You got it. Right heel lands. Take your left palm to the inside of the left foot, right arm up towards the sky. So this is our deep hip opening stretch. Take the right arm around the body. Maybe you're staying right here, and even if this is too deep, you could be up here, okay? If you want to try to bind, maybe you lower, 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 bend. See if you can wrap the arm around the thigh, interlace the palms, and know that the bind might not be for everyone. Right? Every single person's body is different. There's no right way, or there's no better way to do a pose, just a pose. Now, if you have that, let's release it. Come all the way up. Take this half bound warrior 2. Take some deep breaths. Lengthen through your left leg. Inhale. And then exhale to take it forward. Left palm on the inside of the left leg. So you're in your triangle, your Trikonasana. And if you want, maybe you shift weight onto the left foot and the left fingertips, and you lift your right leg up, finding this half moon. If it works better for you, you can lift the right arm up. Don't judge yourself if you fall, or try not to. Then take one more breath. Bend through the left knee, step the right foot all the way back, unwind everything, deep breath in. As you exhale, take your palms into your heart center. Inhale, lift the elbows, and then twist right elbow, left thigh. Gazing over the left shoulder. Let's go for that transition now. So you're trusting weight into your left foot, you're rooting through the left big toe, and then you're taking a big step with your right foot forward. Sit back, give it 3, and then 2, and then 1, unwind, and then come all the way up to stand, this time taking your left foot with you. Maybe you interlace the palms on the shin, maybe you're just here, and if you want to take that big toe pose, you can maybe interlace the palms and stretch the foot out. Your leg does not need to be perfectly straight. As you can see on the camera, mine is hardly straight. Take one more breath. And then we'll move into a twist, either wrapping the arm around the knee, or maybe the palm is on the foot and you're extending. Give it 3, and give it 2, and then give it 1, and then just lower and land both feet and take your palms into your heart center. And take deep breaths. Inhale. And then exhale. Okay, so step your feet wide. We're gonna take heels in, toes out, bend through the knees and sit yourself down into a squat. All right, I think we have an all girls class today. So we're probably all okay-ish in this squat. It's usually men that struggle. But if your heels are off the ground, know that you can place something like cushion underneath them. You could always sit on something on your hips if it's more comfortable. And then we're gonna take some little twists, binds here. So you're gonna extend through your right arm, take your left arm up, and then maybe you're just good like this, or maybe you wanna come back here, that's fine. Or you're gonna wrap the arms around and see if you can connect right palm to left, and then gaze over the left shoulder. Okay, let's come to center. And then flow through the opposite side. So left arm extends, right arm extends, and then maybe you go for the bind on that side. Take one more breath. And then unwind all the way. Come all the way back up, finding your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Move through a vinyasa, find your way back to your down dog. And we're just gonna take one more, should we do one more challenging pose? Yeah, I'm going to. So we're gonna step the right foot forward again, land onto the left heel and come into your extended side angle, okay? So your elbow might be right here. Your hand might be down on the mat. Maybe you're going into the bind. And now the pose that we're about to do, it's like pretty advanced. So please don't watch and then see if you want to try it, okay? I just want to offer it because there's some people that have been doing yoga with me like every day. You know who you are. And I want you guys to not feel like you're plateauing and you keep being challenged. But if you're relatively new to yoga, I would recommend just watching, okay? So we're gonna try bird of paradise. So you're gonna bend your right elbow enough so that you can go into the bind. Maybe you're right here. If you wanna take it forward, you're gonna step your left foot forward, and then you have this bind, balancing on your left foot, lifting the right leg all the way up, okay? Bird of paradise. Maybe you can extend the leg. Ugh. If you're like, what is this craziness? Don't worry about it. First time I did this, I think I was already a yoga teacher the first time I did this. So don't sweat it if you're like, what is that? Okay, let's take the right foot back. Step the left foot all the way back, unwind. And then rinse it out with a vinyasa or just a step back to down dog. And we'll take the opposite side. So take a big step forward with your left foot. Left palm to the inside, right heel lands. Right palm goes up towards the sky, and maybe you're just in your extended side angle, working into your hip today, that's okay. And maybe you go into the bind. And then if you want to explore the bird of paradise, you're gonna take a step, step, step with your right foot, find your balance, lift up, and then maybe the left leg extends. Nice. I can see someone trying it, but I don't know who because the picture is very small. Good try, whoever did it. Okay, let's step the left foot all the way back. And then just step all the way back. Release the palms. If you want to take a vinyasa, go for it. And we're ready to kind of drop down into our deep stretching. So we're going to come into a pigeon. Take your right leg up. Draw your right shin across the width of the mat. Wiggle your left knee back. And so this is your pigeon pose. If you have sensitive knees, please come into your thread the needle, which we started the class with, like this, or if your hips are tight, just come here. If you're okay in the pigeon, we'll just inhale and invite a bit of length. And then exhale, take it forward. And then just kind of drop into this deep stretch. So I think one of the most beautiful things about binds in yoga, I think they have a direct reflection to our real life. Because we all have these tendencies to kind of wrap ourselves up. Princess, stop. We all kind of have ways to like wrap ourselves up into beliefs about ourselves or stories or commitments that don't sit well with who we are, what we stand for, what we believe in. And it's only when we let go of these binds, when we finally untie them and when we release them, that we can begin to find the most freedom. Let's take one more breath in your pigeon on this side. And then just land your palms. Come all the way back to a down dog. If you want to flip your dog, getting in another back bend, go ahead. Right toes land, left leg extends, right leg lifts overhead. And then come all the way back through to center. And then we'll take our pigeon on the opposite side. So left leg lifts up. Draw your left knee in. Lay your left shin across the width of your mat. Wiggle your right knee back. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, drop deep into the shape. Maybe observing what comes up for you on your right side as opposed to your left. My left side is quite a bit tighter. Feels more tense, feels more tight. Give yourself 3 more breaths on this side. And then just take your palms underneath your shoulders. You're going to tuck our toes, lift all the way up into a down dog. Bend through the left knee, flip all the way over so you're on the outer edge of the right foot. You're on the left toes. Lift your left arm up in front of you, overhead. And then come all the way back to your downward facing dog. Bend through the knees, gaze forward, and then just step your feet. Come all the way forward. And we're gonna extend, actually, let's take a back bend before our twist. We're gonna roll down, come into a back bend. So I'm gonna give you 2 options. You can either come straight up into your bridge. This is like level 1. I would recommend this if you have any issues with your back or if you're just more comfortable here. Interlace the palms. And if you wanna come into a deeper back bend, your full wheel. Maybe you play with bending the elbows, planting the palms beside the earlobes. Maybe you can lift all the way up. Please be mindful of how your spine responds to this. Back off if it's telling you to back off. Take 1 more breath. And then roll all the way down, tuck your chin. Lie all the way back on the mat. For 1 moment, just bend your knees in, knock them together, take deep breaths. And we're gonna plant the palms on the backs of the thighs and come all the way back up to seated. And we're gonna take a twist. I'm just gonna move my body this way so you can see me. So you're gonna extend your right leg on the mat. And then you're gonna step your left foot across. Okay, so if this is enough for you and you just wanna wrap your right arm around your left knee, you can, and place your left fingers and gaze back. Or you might bend at your right knee and wrap it around, and then this will kind of deepen the stretch. And then a third option, of course, because it is bind day, you're gonna take your right arm, see if you can weave it between that little space between your legs. And then maybe your left arm can come all the way back and interlace, and you gaze over the left shoulder. Take 1 more breath wherever you are. And then unwind all the way. Opposite side. So your left leg extends, your right foot does a big cross. And then maybe you're here just like that. That's a great place to be. Maybe you cross the leg, bending it inwards. And then maybe you thread the left arm and then interlace the palms. Let's take 1 more breath. And then release both palms. Uncross the legs. We did not do a lot of core today, so let's do a little bit of core. Lift your legs up. Find yourself in your Navasana. Holding here on your sits bones with your navel engaged. Give it 5, give it 4, give it 3, 2, and then 1. Hover into your Ardha Navasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Just lower all the way on to the mat. Now you choose, before we come into Shavasana, if there's any last poses that would sign off your practice well, your happy baby, your butterfly, whatever. You guys are all not new to yoga, so you kind of know what you want to do. Why don't you give it like 10 breaths? Whenever you're ready, stretching out into whatever your final rest pose is going to be. We're going to be there for about 5 minutes. I'm going to come a little closer to you guys. Don't need to be so far away at the end. So let yourself take deep breaths. Now that I see the screen, I see it was Amira that came in. Hi, Amira. Deep inhales and exhales. Know that I will bring you back when the time is up. Just give your fingers and toes a little wake up wiggle. Run a nice long stretch from your fingers all the way through your toes. Take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. We're just going to stay in this hug for 1 second, or you can roll into fetal position, whatever. I just want to share with you guys something I read on, I think it was on like a yoga teacher Facebook group. It says it helps to remember the objective. We're staying in so we can go back out. We're staying apart so we can get back together. And we're loving each other so well that we don't make one another sick. So all of our hard days today for a lot of happier tomorrows. It's said by someone called Beth Moore. Let's come all the way up to seated. Taking your palms together at heart center. Lengthening up through the spine, softening the shoulders. We'll seal with an Om sound, and if you want to join, we're going to inhale, exhale, and then inhale through to make the Om. So taking a breath in, and then a breath out, and then a breath in. We'll finish with the intention, the original intention, that our commitment to this practice is steady, that our effort is continuous, and that our yoga practice serves and benefits all beings everywhere, all over planet Earth. May all beings be happy. May they be healthy in their minds and in their body. May the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace. Namaste.
The Mindful Life Practice.